Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Saturday, July 21st, 11:57 p.m. Mountain Time 2018. You're looking at the Lay's plume at Kilauea, now extending greater than at any other time in modern history. Merely a quarter mile from that poor boat ramp that all the residents in this portion of the southern island use to access the ocean. This is literally going to change the lives of many, and it is encroaching steadily on more and more houses. We're talking hundreds, could be thousands of more homes here in the Pohuhiki Road and Pohuhiki area. It's going to continue to simply migrate further and further south, maybe even chopping off this entire estuary and environment here. We have explosions at 5.4, one of the largest drop-down explosions since this has started 85 days ago. So the end is nowhere in sight, and it has now reached millennial proportions. Coming from Big Island Volcano News, give them a thumbs up, tell them about Oppenheimer Ranch, and subscribe. And that's a boom. Let's get on with the update. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming on for that live stream test tonight. It was great to interact with you. We're going to find out a way to do that. We need to do that several times a week. My suggestion is to put up a continuous live stream daily where our subscribers can chat and discuss things amongst themselves. I'll be in there all day because I'm always in and out while I'm doing my work. So let me know what you think down in the comments. If you think that I should set up a daily live stream so you guys can chat, talk things out. I can come in and out during the day and come into the chat, etc. It can be buffering because I'm not doing anything. I'll just run it. Let me know. Expanding heat wave, locally heavy rain shifts to the northeast. Good news for the Northeast. They were baking, now they're drowning. Oppressive temperatures and dangerous heat indices continue across the southern plains, lower Mississippi Valley, especially Texas, where it is always burning up. And my friend Steve Goddard, we asked him to come on the show. Hopefully he gets back to us. Deplorable Climate Science blog. Toto, you know who I'm talking about. Well, he just put out a blog about the fact that the actual worst heat wave in Texas was 46 days over 100 degrees. So don't let them fear-monger you into a false sense of security. This is not any way record-breaking heat, but it's as expected for the grand solar minimum. Record heat, record cold, unpredictable temperatures, meridional flow, that's that wacky jet stream. And we're going to have excessive heat expanding to the southwest, California, parts of Oregon starting Monday. Meanwhile, unsettled weather will persist. We're talking hail, massive hail. It's increasing in size. But real quick, I want to give you a midsummer update on what happens up in the Arctic Circle. In times of global warming, there wouldn't be meters and meters of snow falling on Greenland, which you're looking at happening as well as in the Arctic Circle when the ice should actually be melting. So the snow is falling heavily up in the Arctic region, including all over Greenland. So we're going to see this continue to the Greenland ice here. We have some readings here over 50 centimeters in just the next week. Heads up. Could see some British Columbia mountain snow. Police advise of challenging road conditions in Tasmania. Snow falling across most of the state has prompted police to issue warnings for hazardous driving conditions. And that's Tasmania. It's a little tiny island shaped like a horseshoe just below Australia. Crikey, Tasmanian police, Lake Dobson Road, Central Highlands, open up to four-wheel drive access only because of snow, Al. The Lyle Highway at Mount Arrowsmith currently open to all traffic. However, the road conditions remain challenging. Sounds like fun, and police advise motorists only to take the journey if absolutely necessary to see Al Gore. Man, I've been talking too much. Hiking in the desert all day. This is my 50th gallon of water. Storms unleash damaging winds and large hail across Ohio and the Tennessee Valley. Whew. 3 people were injured after severe weather totally fluxed them. This is my least favorite guy on the Weather Channel in my entire lifetime. But there's definitely tornadoes and straight line winds and tornadic ones. That is a fashionable tie, though. And he does have a sun right above his flag. So, but he looks like a caretaker with this red. Anyway, clearly you can see here everything being totally fluxed and ripped up. And that's hail. Holy hell, that's... Oh, that doesn't look good, kids. Those are old. Like him. But the trees are much more talented. And that's all I'm going to say about that. No, I like that guy. He's gotten better. 3 people were injured after severe weather tore from Indiana to Kentucky and Tennessee to end the week. The severe storms were triggered by the same system that spawned a devastating tornado in Iowa and high winds in Branson, Missouri on Thursday, killing many people on that duck boat injury. 1 firefighter suffered minor injury and over a dozen homes were damaged in New Middleton, Indiana on Friday when a tornado warned thunderstorm moved into the area. Based on video evidence, the National Weather Service confirmed a tornado occurred in the town, EF1. So we're looking for, that's damage. But come check this, kids, out. Thredbo Village, New South Wales, heads up. Now, the lowest temperature ever recorded in Thredbo is negative 12.8. And guess what happened just moments ago while we were making the video? Negative 21. The lowest temperature ever recorded on the 22nd of July, 2018. The lowest temperature ever recorded in Thredbo by almost 10 degrees C. That should give you pause. If this isn't headline news throughout Australia, then the ruse is clear. The jig is up. This is the most significant cooling event in the history of the planet ever. And if this is not the headline in Australia everywhere, then their bomb is a fraud. Boom. We know it. This is not going to be in the paper. No one gives it. Now, guys, do you know about this new blog I've been talking about, Electroverse? Come get it. Check it out. Extreme weather. I clicked on it. Damaging thunderstorms roll through Ohio, Tennessee Valley. More on the way. Cars washed away like toys after storms batter China. Severe weather disasters threaten the biggest U.S. insurers. Worst rains in 64 years killed 511 during India's monsoon. Those are the most recent, just from the last 24 hours. And you got live space weather on the right, volcanic activity, and on, including Dr. Roy Spencer's temps, which show the most dramatic cooling on our planet in decades. Get the facts at Electroverse. Big hailstorm dumps thick hail blanket at Hartberg in Austria. A severe storm in the Hartenberg in southeastern Austria mid-afternoon in July 14th. The A2 mountain was covered with a thick blanket of hail, turning it white while it took in reportings. And this is summering. So there's usually not hail in summering. Look, the screen turned white. It must be hail. Gridon des les meilleurs hectares d'agriculture du front et d'Auvergne. Wrong channel. Gridon, thousands of hectares of crops destroyed by hail. On the night of Sunday to Monday, a new episode of hail hit the Grillon, destroying 2,000 hectares of vineyards, but also field crops and vegetable plantations. Totally stripped. It was sunflower. You know how I know? Because I'm a farmer. Oilseed crop on the night of Sunday to Monday. A storm of hail fell apart the Grillon. 2,000 hectares of vineyards, hundreds of hectares of market garden and cereal crops were destroyed. Many operators are uninsured, and that means prices will go up and you're totally fluxed. And we will be reporting on this continuously. Here is a picture coming out from that European hailstorm. Absolutely stunning. As predicted, we're going to have increased electrical events worldwide. And as we get to the peak here in about a decade, we're going to see tens of thousands yearly lose their life to electricity. And when the major solar flare, hopefully it doesn't come, but it's going to, unfortunately, based on the data set. When it does come to Earth in our lifetime in the near future, Heads up. Everything is going to be on fire. Now, the Jura Mountain, un saut blanc comme un plomb, était après un violent ouragan d'anglais. White expanses of snow and plow in full action in central France today. Snow-white soil in the middle of the summer after a severe hailstorm dumped feet of snow in France today. It's white there. It's like 80 degrees out. And that does not bode well for anything in this region that's growing. The reports I gave you were from 3 days ago. So we're going to be reporting on all the crops being lost with this ridiculous hailstorm where 30 firefighters were intervening in 25 interventions following the hailstorms. There's like 6 inches here. It's absolutely insane. And it's only the beginning, kids, unfortunately. So, heads up. And that is a super duper, we love you heads up. Expect nothing, be prepared for anything. That's what we're saying. Parc Neutral de Région de Haute-Jura. This is where the hail fell. And if you come look here, it doesn't hail in July in this area. 2 feet. They do grow crops there and they're all dead. It's dire. Aussie farmers face worst drought in 100 years. Back to solar minimum of cycle 13. I don't know if I have the graphic. Hell yeah, I do. There it is, 1907, 100 years right here. Boom. Cycle minimum, cycle 13, TSI at 1360.5. Right where we are mingling today. Exactly the same total solar irradiance. Hasn't been repeated since this time. And we're getting the same exact effect. Farmers are saying the situation they've been presented with is dire. They have this amazing picture to totally make you shit your pants and think that Satan is coming and here's the crops growing in hell. And that is a fearmonger. Boom! It's hell out there. We're rock. Yes, we dismissed that. We love the ad blocker. You guys blow. According to The Guardian, the farmers in the affected region in central and western New South Wales continue to battle a crippling drought that many locals are calling the worst since 1902. Yeah. Let's look at it in a different data set. 1902. Whew. That looks... Yeah. Shit. In Warrnamboolshire, where sharp peaks fall away to once fertile farmland, the small town of Coonabarabran is run out of water. The town dam has fallen to 23% of its capacity, and the residents are living with level 6 water restrictions. And that is a dusty motherfusky. Half of Kansas identified at high risk for West Nile, as well as 3 other states today. Check it out. All the links below. This is getting epically long. Whew. Seismic update. 5.4 explosion at Kilauea Caldera in the 36-hour periodicity, followed by 2 major tremors at depth on the land surface of New Zealand. 4.6, 4.4. I'd be in my pants if I lived there. We have mid-ocean ridges spreading. 5.4 kicking off in Iran moments ago, and a 3.5 in Will You Be My Valentine, Nebraska? The Aleutians are rocking. 5.4 in Chernobyl, reporting on that yesterday. And we have a slight uptick 3.0 in Cali. Rare mud eruption at Waiatupa. Tapu? Yes. Waiatapu, thermal wonderland south of Rotorua. This is a rare event. But just like Yellowstone, typical. But this doesn't bode well because we're looking for, in the New Zealand region, a major 8 or greater, 2 of them every grand minima, as well as volcanic activity in a major VEI 5 scale. So you're totally fluxed there. Please get out of harm's way and be well prepared and stocked for what is to come in the New Zealand region. Major earthquake times 2, major volcanic event times 1. And you're talking 15-year time frame max. 5 men. Yeah, hit the Walmart or whatever you got in your region. Kerinci volcano is added to the list. We talked about that in the jumbled live stream I did earlier. But worldwide volcano news update. We have Popo, Kerinci, Sabancaya, Bagana, Aoba. And all of them are smoking with visible streams. Intermittent eruption, intermittent eruption, intermittent eruption. Sporadic emission. Continuous eruption at Bagana that just started. Kerinci, that's where the major seismic activity is happening on the island of Sumatra currently, right where this volcano is, and continuous volcanic ash emission being reported, as well as volcanic ash emissions at Popo. Well, we're just waiting for the big boom boom. That's not going to probably happen until next winter, so we have 12 months to prepare. So start getting your lists prepared, your closets filled, your bug out bags prepared. Start planning and practicing. I'll leave you links to the eruptive history of this volcano, which is not going to cool the earth, only erupts at VEI2. As you can see here, very consistently, there's not a lot of new vegetative growth. Now, let's get into some good stuff. Do you know about the Numo? If you don't, you now do. They're an ancestral spirits. This is where God comes from. And these are the very first people to start noodling with Homo sapiens. The Anunnaki noodled next. Now, the people that know about the Numo are the Dogon. And what you're looking at is the former dwellings of the Telem people from about 1200 AD in Mali. And here you're looking at the Puebloans who left in 1200 AD right across the street from me. What you've been told in history class is a complete lie. This is Mali. Here. This is the Telem people. Notice the sedimentary rocks in Mali are the very same structures where they're building their facilities. But modern archaeologists make no connection to these people vacating the spots in 1200 AD at the same time. It's unfortunate we don't know where we came from. And they're preventing you from knowing. But we're going back there soon. Hey, if you didn't know, Elon Musk is a total fraud. I've been calling this out for 5 years. And this pedo is going down, just like his stock. Yes, they are. Expect nothing, but be prepared for anything. We're trying to get this message out. We love each and every one of you. Thank you for sharing our videos as diligently as you are. Over 9,000 video shares in 28 days. Boom! That is spreading knowledge, not fear. We love you. Be prepared. Survive and thrive in the future with us. Build community around you. Learn how to grow food. Learn how to share knowledge in the coming times. It's going to happen quickly. Be ready. We love you. Be safe.